I'm off.
It's fine.
Faggot.
Bitch. Because you wouldn't even
We're gonna take the first 30 seconds to get all our cuss words out. Fuck, faggot, fuck, bitch, fucking faggot.
About the motherfucking cold.
Just cuss right now. Just say some cuss words.
You won't even really
But don't feel
know.
tempted to say cuss words. I'm actually, I feel
Bitch.
bad for saying the cuss words I did.
Say something, Eric. I need to make sure that you're leveled out with us. We'll give you a little more. You need a little more volume, I think. I think you need a little more volume.
You know what's crazy is when you go take a bong rip, you gotta fucking put down the mic. I had said something, but I was hitting the bong.
All right, everybody. So this is Super Critical Flow Podcast, and this is like the first one. So here we go. Super Critical Flow. We need a theme song.
Super Critical Flow. We can add it later. First topic of the podcast. What should it be? Drew is our host, so Drew, you are leading.
Yeah, I'm leading this. Okay, so Super Critical Flow. This is our band, 3-piece right now. We got my name's Drew. We got Nick.
Just
Nick
to clarify,
Haydu.
the
I'm
band
Drew
name
Wilson.
is not Super Critical Flow.
No. This is the company and the podcast. SCF Studios presents Drew Wilson, Nick Haydu, and Eric. I actually don't know your last name.
King.
Eric with a K.
King.
What the fuck's your last name, dude? Eric King, of course.
He's the
K.
king of podcasts.
We got Eric King. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for that.
Restart.
No, it's
you don't
fine.
even know your own
No,
band.
it's fine. It's funny.
This guy says he's in a band with.
No, listen, dude. This is the first time, dude. This is like losing your virginity to a podcast. You know what I mean?
The same
Scary,
went for
actually.
me when I lost my virginity. I didn't know the girls. Actually, I did.
Well, you come really fast. By the way, I know that's a thing.
That happened.
Yes.
And if anyone says they didn't, punch them in the face to show them. You got to knock that ego down.
That's a good first
a peg.
conversation. Losing our virginity.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that because I can't
was
talk about
16
that.
years
right?
old. I consider myself a late bloomer.
Me too. I was 17. No, I was 16 as well. I was 16.
I had my license.
I
was a senior in high school.
17.
Don't lie, Eric.
Yep, 17.
Don't lie.
I feel like Eric is lying. I don't know why, but I just have this strange feeling. Eric.
So we don't need video with this, right? This is all audio. We're just doing
I
full
mean,
audio?
at this point, nobody would understand.
Nobody would really understand. No.
So let's go for Drew. You who should go?
Full
No,
audio.
Eric, you go first. Eric lost your virginity at 17. Give us the explanation.
Okay. So it involved
A man.
no. Well,
By the way, we're all 30 right now and retarded
Okay.
to even think about talking about any of this. But here we go. I'm just kidding. The vape pen.
so it was right around the time I
That
first
vape
got.
pissy.
It was when I first got high too.
Really?
Yes.
You got a high and damn.
2 and 1.
That's a double
Yeah.
down. When the first time I got high, I watched Pee Wee Herman and I had a panic attack. It was fucking hilarious. I shut it off.
Okay, first time got high. Second story. First time lost virginity is right now.
Exactly. All right. Back to Eric King.
So got stupid high and went over to.
Where are you going?
What was his name?
No. We went
Was it
over-
in the ghetto by any chance?
No, we went
Okay.
over to.
Oh my god.
We went over to Cody Smith's house.
Oh, I was friends with Cody Smith. You were there?
Yeah.
Damn. Were you friends with his
It
little
was
bro?
so funny. His mom made,
That is the hood, actually, by
So,
the way.
like
That is
that-
the ghetto.
but like I forgot who I was with. I forgot her fucking name.
Okay, we can't rely on Eric for the first story. So, Drew, moving on.
I'm way too drunk for
That's how we know it's a lie.
Oh, mine. I remember. I was good. I was hot and heavy. with
Eric
this.
is still secretly a virgin.
I was hot. and
That would
heavy.
be the craziest thing.
That would be. The
Is
craziest.
Eric? Are you a virgin?
No.
Hand on the Bible,
hand on the entire Bible.
not just the New Testament.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 different types of people. There's virgins, there's dudes that only fuck their girlfriends, and there's dudes that just fuck everything.
True.
And that's like kind of like your 3
I have
types
a
of
slight
males.
sex addiction, so
You've got your incels, your romantics. And
We,
your horn
by the
dogs,
way,
you know?
Eric, we call Uncle Rick.
I can start with mine. To
All
be
right, Drew,
honest,
let's hear Drew's
I remember mine.
virginity story.
Well, it was senior year.
Are we throwing
um,
out names?
And for some reason, no, I'm not throwing out any names right now. I mean, first names. I mean, your name was Lauren, And she was hot as fuck, to be honest. She was like this weird, like, goth chick who was super hot, though, secretly.
The chick with tattoos at Garfield.
Yeah, she was super hot.
I remember her.
Randomly got in a relationship. I actually don't really know. I randomly fell in love with her at one point at the end of the year. It was like May, you know what I mean? It was just like spring. And then I started sneaking her over into my basement. I had like some bunk bed. I had a cool basement. And we would just like make out and listen to music. It was awesome for like a while. And then eventually, in the bunk bed, popped it in, came in 2 seconds, and that's how it went.
that is so
that's
great.
That's a real story. That's a pure story right there. Senior year, you know.
Yeah. I'll follow up.
Awesome.
I was 16 because I remember because I had a white pickup truck. It was in the back of the truck. I lost my virginity drunk at some party. I can't remember whose party, but the girl's first name was Carrie. And
Stephen King movie.
I might have went in the butt. I don't know. I might have. I didn't really know what to do. I just know to thrust.
And then 2 seconds again, right? It was 2 seconds.
I was just thrusting, dude. I'm not gonna lie, because I was drunk, and from what I remember,
I know when I'm fucked up, it's so hard.
Yeah.
To find the hole sometimes. Actually,
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's hard to find the hole now, but at that time, I didn't really understand.
Oh yeah.
I had watched enough.
I hate to be honest with
videos.
sex. Finding the hole is only hard when the chick
your dick
isn't
is.
like no when the chick's not like wet, when they like force you to do it too fast. It's like I can't find this. It's like swelled up like a fucking balloon.
I don't know how to respond to that because since then I've done extremely well, I feel.
I know what I'm just saying though, through experience though, that's the only time where it's just like, well, I don't know what to do because like you're not spending any time
Right.
with me before this.
Right. So
You know what I mean?
well,
Like
I've experienced in my time. The tongue is the best.
I just had
so.
an issue with
yeah,
Slower.
obviously.
So moving on, first time got high.
Oh.
First time
First
got
time we
high.
got
Let's
high
talk
on
about
weed.
his first
I'll
time.
start- I'll start again.
All right, you start.
So I was I was like the golden boy growing up, getting straight A's, and then by the time I was in middle school, high school, I would go over to friends' houses all the time, and I was like the good guy. But I got everybody stoned though. I was tainted by like Firestone High School. I was the first one that smoked, and I was kind of like you actually. But with everyone anyway. So we would smoke behind my garage. We would sneak out. We would wait till my parents. We would smoke behind my garage. There was times where I was smoking and blowing out the window. I was
going back to first time
I know,
we
so
got
first
high.
time, exactly. I'm just saying. Okay, so what I'm saying, I'm setting it up. It took me a while. So I started smoking weed, and I wasn't getting high for like 7 times at least. But we'd sneak out to the garage. I would try to smoke. I was like, I wasn't high.
So you weren't inhaling.
I don't know what the fuck was happening, but one
weren't
day,
inhaling.
one day I was by myself. I remember
the
I got
only
the weed from a
logical-
saxophone player, and the band, and he was cool. He was Colin. He was a sophomore. He was older than me, and he got me weed. And I was by myself, and I went by myself for the first time. I came in, and we'd do the typical thing, like I would put something on. I put on Pee Wee Herman. But great. What is that fucking the Pee Wee Herman movie?
Never seen it, so I don't know.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, so anyway, I watch it, and there's this part when he loses his bike. The whole movie is about his bike. He loses his bike, and he has to find it. It's fucking retarded. And he changed his bike to, like, a thing. It's by, like, a clown. I'm telling you, people know what I'm talking about.
So this is the first time you got high, yeah.
Yeah, so
They're listening to it
I'm
now, but
sitting down,
right now
I'm
know
watching
this.
Pee Wee Herman. I'm watching Pee Wee Herman, okay? And the scene with the clown, when he comes out of a shop and his bike's gone, and there's like this clown face, and it's like laughing. It's like, wah, and they make it all exaggerated. I was just like, ah! I started screaming, and I shut the fucking TV off. I actually remember that. I was fucking like 14, 15. I started smoking weed sophomore
Similar
year.
experience. First time I got high was with Brian.
That makes sense.
And
Fucking redneck. He's a
similar
redneck.
experience.
Okay.
For all the
Similar
listeners, he's a redneck.
Similar
of the
experience. Had smoked weed prior. Didn't get high. Was
Yeah.
not inhaling. Brian, it was at Firestone Turtle Pond.
Okay.
So we're up in
Metro
the
Park.
hills in the woods, sitting on a tree that was fallen,
Okay.
and they held the bowl in my face and lit it, and then like told me to breathe in. Breathe in. Boom. Okay. About 5 minutes goes by. We're walking back to the car. It hits me. I'm high. This is what smoking weed is like in my head. I'm like, okay, this is weed.
It tasted different. It tasted different too. You remember it tasted different?
My everything was just
tasted
brighter.
so
It reminded me of.
HD as fuck.
I just felt high.
Yeah.
In 8th grade. It was 8th grade. I remember. And this is how young I was. I remember that I got in the car. His cousin was driving. It was like a Crown Vic. I remember because it was like a big back seat. I'm back there, like got all this room, just stoned. One hit, by the way. One hit.
Damn.
They dropped me back off at home.
Oh.
Super pissed.
Oh no.
I'm like, dude, I'm high. You're dropping me off. My parents.
Oh,
now
no.
I know my mom and stepdad.
Even though your parents
weed.
are the biggest
stoners
I fucking know in my life.
Had no idea. I remember this feeling in my mind that they had this Tupperware container, and I was always wondering what was in it because I never like saw it open. But so I get home. They drop me off. I walk upstairs. I make a sandwich.
Why not?
Well, yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
My teeth kick in. Yeah.
so my mom's like, hi, how was school? This and that. I'm like, great. Please stop talking to me. In the back of my head, I can't do this right now. They had like a movie theater in the basement. Not a movie theater, but like leather sofas and like big ass flat screen. They were flat screens, but they weighed a lot.
Yeah.
Like if you remember what I'm talking about.
Dude.
So like I go downstairs. We had Time Warner cable back when you could channel surf. Now you got to like switch apps. Mm-hmm. But like back when you could channel surf, Disney movies. I found a Disney movie.
You still can, dude. You just got to get local TV. You just get an antenna.
Yeah, I'm not with
you
that.
Go right back into the past.
So
That's
that
really
was
nice.
the first time I got high. Got stoned at the Metro Park. Got home unexpectedly, made a sandwich, and watched Disney Channel.
That's nice. But you didn't get scared, though.
No. I still smoke.
No, it didn't like traumatize. I just remember I started busting my ass laughing.
There's never been
After
a
I
drug
shut
that has
thing
scared
off, I was
me.
just like, oh my
To be quite honest,
God.
I've never done heroin, but there's never been a drug that has scared me. I'm talking
Really?
psychedelics.
Yeah, me
I've never
neither.
had a bad trip. I've
Yeah,
always.
I've actually never had a bad trip.
Yeah,
I've
me
watched
neither, man.
Eric hug a toilet on mushrooms.
Yeah.
I've had
Back at
anxiety.
Patty's apartment.
I've had anxiety. I've done
was
stupid
acid.
things.
Yeah.
Was that LSD? That was
Yeah.
Well, you got to be. It might be because kind of we're musicians too, or like if you're used to kind of like. If you're
Right.
used to kind of letting your mind go,
At the time, I
you'll
was
be fine.
seeking elevation, so it
think
did not
it's the,
scare me. I was expecting what I sought to
I
be.
think it's a
the
fire.
greatest thing
We
I
all
still do.
have different types of fire. We have a lot of fire.
Uncle Rick, first time you got stoned. Did you already say this?
All right, so
Oh yeah, we'll try again. No, we're trying. No, he said he barely said the first time he had lost his virginity.
Yeah.
That was
It's
hard
because he's still
for
a
him.
virgin. We're for all our
So-
listeners, Eric is a virgin.
So,
Obviously, he's only fucked guys.
fuck.
No,
that.
man, we can't do him like that on the first pod.
Uncle Rick, you need to fire back.
I'm too drunk.
He's
for
so fucked up. And so no, he reminds me. If you listen to Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, which I'm going to plug, one of the best podcasts fucking ever.
Shout out.
They have this friend named Lamar, and he's like this. He's just like Eric. He's like this
just
chill.
literally called Eric Black.
No,
by that
he's
statement.
like he's like their
Didn't
best.
he?
No,
he said this guy Lamar is just like Eric.
they love because he's just like. He's so chill and unaffected
By the way,
shit. Like he can
Drew
eat things. Like
is
it's
like
just
the
I'm telling
reddest
you, brother, man.
Nordic. Like
Dude, gingers are fucking.
this guy gets whiter.
One of the most misunderstood as well. But
he
I'm not a
gets
real
more
ginger, though.
red in the sun. Like doesn't
Yeah, my
even hold
skin
its
turns
hand.
bright red. And I start
His-
just secreting steam and
So,
shit. It's like
like-
steam comes out of my ears. I think.
Rick's longevity, Uncle Rick, by the way,
Maybe.
is like the first time he got high was tonight.
For whose first time? You guys got a lighter? Anybody got a lighter?
Uncle Rick, we need the story. Uncle Rick is drunk right now.
I am fucking drunk as fuck. I don't know if I can do this.
You have to put the mic in your face. We have these. You can't see it, but we have these. Like mittens, I should say, on the mics, and it's kind of nice.
Cotton mints.
Would you consider this cotton or nylon? This is probably
No,
plastic.
these are polyester probably.
Polyester.
Probably plastic foam.
Is that what?
Something like that.
That's
It
why. That's
really
why it makes
scratches the
Dude,
soul
it's nice,
patch.
dude. They're colorful and they're fun. That's why we need video, but we don't. This is the first. This is the first podcast. It's audio.
Drew has his pants tucked
I always
into
put
his
my
socks.
socks over my jammies, brother.
Brother.
I love saying brother, man. It just throws people off. Listen, brother, I gotta tell you something. Like, if you're really trying to tell them, it's like
the
put your
mic
socks
really
over
scratches
your
the
jammies.
soul patch nice.
I know. Do you just rub? You just kind of just rub that mic on your face.
Dub.
You kind of rub it. You kind of rub it on there like you'd kind of rub it on like a titty or something. You know what I mean? It's like,
What's your favorite part of a woman, Drew?
kind of all of it, to be honest.
But like, if you had one opportunity to touch one thing on one girl, what would it
Like
be?
boobs. I definitely
Tits.
like boobs.
He's a tits
yeah.
guy.
I'm an ass guy.
Are you an ass guy?
Yeah, I'm definitely an ass
I
guy.
definitely tits,
I
dude.
think.
I mean, if I had to pick, I'm
the
honestly
middle
cool with
of the pussy and ass, like that.
I've learned to be
skin,
more
that,
of an
the
ass guy,
taint.
but I can't.
I love a taint.
I just
Put
love
that in my
I know
face.
what you're saying.
I just love that first moment when you're like making out and you're just slipping the hand under the shirt, dude.
That is a
shit
nice
so
feeling.
fucking hot.
That's when you know you've succeeded.
Under like a good sweater too.
Yeah.
If there's oh my god, that's the reasoning.
A sweater. Drew likes a woman in a sweater.
I like a good sweater, dude. When the
got a
good
few.
bra under there, dude, and the boobs are popping out under that thing. Dude, that's crazy, man. No, I'm serious.
So-
like a good bra with a sweater is just like, whoa, dude. Because you
Let's
like kind
go.
of see.
So men have this stigma about them that we get paid more. We are more masculine. We succeed
Right,
greater in life. Let's talk about the difference between a successful man and a successful woman. And
It's very tricky. I think women are better at school. I actually think they're better
Teaching?
at having like just being at school. I think women are better.
they
when it
obtain
comes to
knowledge
school.
better.
I think dudes are better when they just are thrown into the void and they have to make something happen.
Men are guaranteed.
But I think-
men. That's our stigma.
I think women
like-
are better at holding kind of the knowledge and the wisdom and stuff like that. I really think that would be because that's more the inner world. I think that's their strength. But dudes, I don't like fucking, that little Richie ass princey dude that went to school and shit, or it's like in the Skull and Bones, like George Bush, or like our politicians. Those are guys that are
right,
like in
right.
cults,
And the fact
basically.
that
I don't like that. I like when dudes are like pushed to their limits, and I like it when women are kept safe. I don't know, that's my best. I think that's my
so what is
best take on it.
what's your opinion on women in the workforce? I mean, women out there in the field.
There's a lot of crazy career-based women in the workplace, actually, which is nuts. But I'm saying this because they're better. They're like more like scholarly. They actually don't do bad in that if it's done right. The women that are fucked up are the ones that are like entitled and think that everybody has to give them stuff.
So, like,
In my opinion.
like a don't save
Like
her.
they just think they're a princess for absolutely no reason. They haven't put any effort in anything. Don't you remember those girls at school that were good at school? Like, they're just better because dudes are retarded.
the girls we cheated off of.
Well, I didn't, but maybe people have for sure.
I remember.
But I'm just saying, I think that's more of like a feminine thing, in my opinion, because I think a masculine thing is it's just different. I just think it's different.
So describe masculinity.
Okay. So the basic masculinity is like kind of like fighting and stuff. But I think the real masculinity is being like completely tested. I think God's important, by the way. But I think it's just being completely beaten down and stripped down to the point where something ignites within yourself and that fire just doesn't go out.
So let's say you're
It's
18,
masculinity is
knowing
fire.
what you know now.
Masculine's fire, feminine's
Right.
water, basically. Sun and moon, sort of. Hot and
Sediment, I
cold.
would- like,
yeah,
okay.
that's the first place you can.
light of the dark.
Yeah.
light of the
That's
day.
the first place you can do it.
Let's say you're 18 again with the knowledge that you have.
Masculinity is not living at your parents' house. Masculinity is your
Good-
face
good
into the
point.
dirt and it just keeps going, but you don't fucking stop.
How do you feel about generational handout?
I think it creates weak people, but if it's done right, I think if someone has wealth and they teach their children well and they get real with them, then maybe. But most of the time, generational wealth usually turns into like a cesspool of bullshit. That's why all the companies are fucked up, because we're dealing with companies that are their parents'
as
kids.
in companies like
Yeah, they're a
some
bunch of fucking
specific
idiots.
companies.
It's not the people that like worked hard to make fucking Kellogg's. Like Kellogg's was probably hardcore. Like making Kellogg's was hard.
Original Kellogg's.
Now it's their kids running it and just being retarded and selling out to other countries and all this type of stuff.
Do you feel like
Running the
more
countries.
businesses should be United States based?
Yeah. Well, for the USA. But if they, keep trying to do... they're doing like economical warfare. We got to be careful. We got to
in the workforce, what is like an equal opportunity job? Man, woman, foreigner. Like, what's the best job for somebody that's either new to the States, a man from the States, a woman from the States?
The most neutral job that I think both a man and a woman could do. I think a man and a woman can do any job, but I'm talking about like
any job. Honestly, is that your honest to God answer that men and women can do any job?
Men should break their back first. There shouldn't be a back-breaking job for a woman, in my opinion. Man, women are great at fucking like organizing shit. I'll tell you that. Men are good at just like I think I think everyone has different strengths and weaknesses too. There's so many different facets for that. But honestly, I think at the end of the day,
that's what I'm saying. The most neutral job for anyone. You're new to the country. You're a man. You're a woman.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my real opinion. At the end of the day, we're supposed to have a free market, and a man and a woman should be able to run a business together. I think that they should. The dudes kind of got the big ideas, and the girls kind of type in, like, keeping everything. I think a man and woman could independently work together out of any company.
And that goes back to the women are better scholars. I mean,
dude,
they're more technology
so much better
advanced.
Writing things down and stuff like that.
Right. I would have to say.
It's like,
Eric, how do you feel about women in comparison to men?
I feel like men and women shouldn't be bound to
equal opportunity job. We could all agree that some jobs are for men, some jobs are for women, right?
I like it when a guy and his wife runs a business. I think that's my favorite work role for a man and a woman. I think that's the most ideal. Independent. We have a family. We're running a business. I think that's the most ideal thing that you can have. And when it comes to companies, there's gonna be a lot of mud in that. There's gonna be a lot of different opinions going on, a lot of different people. But I think men and women honestly kind of work together. They're like two sides of a coin. And I think we've lost that, to be honest. I think we've lost that special part of life. Two sides of a coin.
So, Uncle Rick, what is your opinion on men and women as an equal opportunity for one specific job?
Eric doesn't feel good, guys. I think we're going to end the podcast. We're going to listen to it.
We've
said enough. Eric doesn't feel good. I don't want to make him feel worse, but we did a good job.
I'm going to end on these notes.
So, super critical flow.
Got to put in his password. Super critical flow. Flow.